Hi guys and welcome to Prediction Week 32. We're back off the international break, thank God for that. I absolutely hate international breaks. So we're back to the Premier League and we start with the lunchtime kickoff tomorrow. Crystal Palace versus Liverpool. I think Crystal Palace are going to give a tough test to Liverpool, to be fair. You know, it's at Selhurst Park. And so you can tell it's been an international break. I'm all over the place. It's at Selhurst Park. Liverpool tend to struggle there. You know, the last couple of seasons. I do think Liverpool will win, but it's not going to be an easy game at all. They're going to have to really work hard for this win. So I'm going to go Crystal Palace 1, Liverpool 2. We then go to the 3 o'clock kickoffs and we have West Bromwich Albion versus Burnley. And again, I think West Bromwich Albion are more or less relegated now. They've been really poor all season. Burnley's had a really good season actually, and I think that they're going to win this quite comfortably. I'm going to go West Brom 0, Burnley 2. We then have Manchester United versus Swansea, and again it looks like Jose Mourinho has been speaking out about his players, you know, singling them out, saying such and such isn't doing their jobs properly. Never a good sign, you know, when especially if you're a top club as well. You know, players are just not going to accept that, and you know, maybe he might fall down the same trap that he did with Chelsea. You know, when the Chelsea players fell out with him. I think he's fell out with Luke Shaw before. I think he's fallen out with Paul Pogba, and he's fell out with Zlatan Ibrahimovic as well. And I think it's Alexis Sanchez now at the moment. So, and he's just bought Alexis Sanchez as well, actually. So that's not going to go down very well. I do expect them to beat Swansea at home though at Old Trafford. So I'm going to go Manchester United 2, Swansea 0. We then have Brighton versus Leicester. And this could be a really tight, tough game as well. You know, Brighton started off the season quite well. They've dipped out of form a little bit. Leicester, they've been good at parts and they've been really sloppy at parts. So this is going to be a really good game for me, I think. So I'm going to go Brighton 1, Leicester 1. We then have Newcastle versus Huddersfield. Again, two teams that are not like 110% safe, but they're not like struggling like some of the teams down there. So again, I think this is going to be another tight, tough game. I'm going to go Newcastle 1, Huddersfield 1. We then have Watford versus Bournemouth. Again, Watford's a very funny side. You know, they can be good in parts, and then they can be sloppy. You know, Bournemouth, you know, they've had pretty much the same kind of season as well. You know, they've been a little bit up and down. You know, they went to Chelsea, you know, beat them 3-0. But then, you know what I mean, they've had a couple of games that you thought, oh, they should have won that, or they were a bit poor today. So again, I'm going to go for a tight, tough game in this one as well. I'm going to go Watford 1, Bournemouth 1. Yeah. Blimey, a hat-trick of 1-1s there. I've just realised. Hat-trick of 1-1s, how do you like that? Now this is going to be an interesting one, actually. Because now we have West Ham versus Southampton. And who remembers the scenes just before the international break with West Ham, you know, goading at their chairman, goading at the board. You know, get the hell out, and you know, absolutely gunning for them. Southampton's had a really poor season as well. But is that going to play on the part of West Ham? You know, with you know, players running onto the pitch and you know, gunning for your board. Is at West Ham as well. So, like I said, we all know what happened at West Ham last time. It was at West Ham, and Southampton's really in desperate need of 3 points. So because of what happened at West Ham last time, and I think that would have took a massive, you know, it would have took a lot of confidence out of the team. You know, it would have caused a lot of disruption as well. So I'm going to give it a massive 3 points to Southampton in this one. I'm going to go West Ham 0, Southampton 2. And I think if West Ham do lose this weekend, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be 2-0, but if they do lose this weekend, I think there's going to be serious trouble. Personally, I wouldn't want to be at West Ham this weekend, just put it that way, especially if you lose. We now go to 5:30, Everton versus Manchester City. Again, yeah, Everton, I know they're 9th, 8th in the table, but they've had a really poor season, considering the players that they've brought as well. They've had a really poor season. Do I need to say any more about Manchester City? Not really. They're where they are on the table for a reason. They're pissing the table for a reason. And, you know, no disrespect to Everton, but I think they're going to piss all over Everton, to be fair, like they pissed over everybody else. So I'm going to go Everton 1, Manchester City 3. The Sunday kickoffs, we have Arsenal versus Stoke at 1:30. Again, that's been a team that Arsenal struggled with over the last couple of seasons. Not so much at home, but definitely away. Again, it's not been great at Arsenal this season. Again, confidence is low. What's his name? Oh my God, I've lost his name. Lacazette. Alexander Lacazette's back. Oh my God, as if I just forgot my own personal striker's name. Alexander Lacazette's back, so that could give us a boost of confidence as well. I would love to see Lacazette and Aubameyang start up front together, but I just don't think it's going to happen. But I think confidence is starting to get a little bit better towards the end of the season. So I think Arsenal will nick it. I'm going to go Arsenal 1, Stoke 0. And then at 4:00 we have Chelsea versus Spurs, bit of a London derby there. We have, I'm going to go for a really, really tight, tough draw in this one. I'm going to go Chelsea 1, Tottenham 1. So that has been my predictions for this weekend, guys. I really apologise. I'm absolutely all over the place at the moment. I've had a really, really busy week. And obviously I haven't done this for about 2 weeks. So I'm just getting back into the routine. Absolutely all over the place. Do apologise. And I will see you next week for next week's predictions. Thank you for watching, guys.